Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Major. I didn't even do my hair this morning. I've been running late. Couldn't find my phone. I could not find my phone this morning to save my life. But let's say that now underneath my couch is entirely clean. I had my good friend down in Tennessee call my phone. How's everybody doing this morning? Everybody doing good? It's a beautiful day today. Look at the sunshine. Look at the sunshine. Anyways, I couldn't find my phone. And I was thinking, I've got stuff I need to do today, but I don't have a phone. And I couldn't find it. And I had my friend call it. And I could hear it buzzing, but I couldn't find it. And I thought, well, maybe I dropped it down in the couch cushions. So she's calling it. And so I reach in, I'm feeling all around the couch. Most action the couch has had all year. And I'm feeling around and I can't find it. So I scooch all the dogs away and I shove the couch out of the way. And I look and I don't find the phone. And it's buzzing because I know she's called me several times. Turn the couch over, can't find the phone. I did everything. I'm hitting the little covering in the back to see if there's any, maybe it's fallen down in between some of that really fine mesh that they kind of hold everything together. Can't find it. So I had just given up on even finding my phone. Couldn't find it anywhere. It's like, I got stuff I got to do today, but I need to have a phone. Not just if I need to record anything, but for safety's sake, I should have a phone. And I had come upstairs here to the craft room to do some editing before our live today. And all of a sudden I hear this buzz, buzz. And not kidding, I'd been looking for it for a long time. To the right of me, maybe 6 inches underneath a pattern book for crochet, there was my phone. So I finally found it, but it took forever. But I was running around doing all of that, and I jumped in the shower real quick, didn't do my hair. Color's holding up well, though. I think it will be pretty for our excursions that will be going on soon. I'm hoping to match some of the tulips that we will be seeing when we go out on one of our excursions this weekend. I'm really hoping the weather holds up. It's lovely out right now. The sun is shining. I don't think it's going to last. I think we're going to get some rain today. And even as I said that, I can see that the sun just went, I think it was covered up by a cloud. But I got my coffee this morning. Good morning, Tiny Tim Posey. Happy birthday. May the 4th be with you. Happy birthday, Tim. I'm so glad you were able to stop in this morning for your birthday and spend it with us. Cheers to you, my friend. Happy birthday. This is in your honor today. But it's cold outside. When I woke up this morning and I saw that the sun was shining, we had this really weird fog roll in this morning, really low level fog. Everything was very misty. And then it burned off and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to go work outside today, maybe get some work done in my garden. But I think we're going to get rain and I can already see that the clouds are moving in. So, I mean, you can tell just in the last couple of minutes, it's not as sunshiny as it was before. So I don't know if I'll get anything done out there or not. But even if I do, I'm doing it with just mussy hair. I'm not going to go out of my way to do my hair this morning. Yes, Tim is 21 again. So we're going to be planning our trip with our adventure with our team Weenie Watchers over to Pella, Iowa this weekend. It's the annual Tulip Festival. And was kind of hoping we'd have a few more people in here, but I told myself once we were a few minutes into the broadcast, I was going to share something with you. I have just a snippet of what we're going to be experiencing this next weekend when we go out for Team Weenie Watchers. And I hope to do better at my videography now that I'm 1 year, I don't want to say older, but 1 more year experience under my belt doing things for YouTube. But I still think that this video was pretty good. So, Tiny Tim, isn't this appropriate? Tiptoe through the tulips. I'm going to bring up a video and share it with you for your birthday. Tiptoe through the tulips for Tiny Tim. How do I play it? I have to hit play. Okay, here we go, guys. This is just a snippet. I hope you guys can hear it. Are you able to hear it? The music's beautiful. Okay, so like I said, just a little snippet. I hope to be better at my filming. I need a gimbal so badly. I need a better phone and a gimbal so I don't have the shakies and stuff. But they are beautiful. Aren't they pretty? And actually, while we're there, we're going to miss the whole tiptoe through the tulips thing. They actually have little high school and middle school and elementary school bands come out and they get their little flutes out and they play tiptoe through the tulips. But that will be on Friday. We're going on Saturday. And I think we're going to do a few excursions that we've never done before. So I'm going to put this up here. Let's see. Oh, all my banners are gone. Oh, wow. I was going to put a banner up, but I am going to say right now, I'm going to make myself a note in honor of Tiny Tim for your birthday, and we're going to go see the tulips. Tim, if your information is on your about page or private message me your mailing address, I'll send you a birthday postcard from the Tulip Festival. Mr. Jim did get me a gimbal, but my phone would not work with it. And in order for me to get a phone that worked with it, the phone was $1,000. And I just was not willing to step up to buy $1,000 phone to work with a $200 gimbal. So wasn't going to do that. No cake because it was a fire hazard. Oh, Tim, that's funny. That's funny. So, but we'll send you a tulip postcard, Tim, for your birthday. So just make sure I have your information. I'll send that out from Team Weenie Watchers as a free adventure pass. Okay. Yes. Thank you. You know, I think I have it. No, I don't know that I have it. Anyways, mail it to me. Email it. Yes, that would be great. So it's been a busy week here on the farm, but it hasn't been a busy week here on the farm. I shared with you guys last weekend or last week, it was our anniversary, and Papa Jim got us an incubator so we can incubate our own eggs and add to our flock whenever we want to. It is an excuse to get a new phone, but I just told you I lost my phone for 2 hours this morning. I don't want to lose $1,000 phone. I can't justify spending $1,000 on a phone. I really can't. I know it's a phone, computer / whatever, and people do a lot of editing on their iPhones, and I can't get an iPhone here. It would still have to be an Android. iPhones don't work on this farm. We are in a dead zone. That's another thing is I don't want to spend that much money on a phone that doesn't even really work where I live. I mean, I just think it's silly. So I might get a GoPro. Ooh, that doesn't give me enough time. I was gonna say I might get a GoPro before we go on this trip this weekend. And that way I could use it and maybe not be so shaky, but it doesn't give me enough time to learn how to actually use it. I think I would be more frustrated if I did that. So I'm going to wait. I'm just going to take my trusty little cheap little track phone, cheapest phone you can get at Walmart, and I'll just do that. But there are some neat things that we've not done there before. We've been twice. Really, really enjoyed it the first year we went, which was, I believe, 2019. So before all of this nonsense that we've had to deal with, I think they canceled it the next year. They had it last year, but unfortunately we went on a Sunday and everything was closed. We still got to enjoy all of the beautiful tulips, but everything was closed. So, and there were no parades or anything like that. And it's just really, it'd be like going to Disneyland and just walking around while Disneyland is closed. I mean, you can see everything, but there's no magic. So there was no magic when we went, even though the flowers were beautiful. I want to go when the whole town is alive and you've got the little Dutch dancers out in the street dancing in their wooden shoes and all of that. We're going to do all of that. Good morning, Denise. But if it's got gimbal attached, you won't lose it. But I won't always have the gimbal attached. That's the problem. I'm not going to go to the store to buy groceries with a gimbal attached to my phone. What I need is, I just need to get better at my videography and maybe get a GoPro. That's what I need to do. So the weather report says rain today, rain Thursday, rain Friday, sunshine with a 0% chance of rain on Saturday. And that is the day that we are planning. Thank you, Tim. That is the day that we're planning to go to the Tulip Festival. So crossing my fingers. I'm really excited to go, but then I'm also really apprehensive because it will be the first beautiful Saturday that we could work on the chicken coop and get everything a little more situated for the chickens. And I'm not going to be doing that. And then the next Saturday, the boys have planned something for their dad. So I don't know when I'm ever going to get working on that chicken coop. But the unfortunate thing for Papa Jim in that is the longer it takes us to get started on making some changes out there in the chicken coop, the more the wheels start spinning. And I've already changed my mind up like 3 or 4 times of the things I want to do out there. So we're just going to have to see how that works. But the more we put it off, the more I change my mind, the more I change the plans, the more I add to it. And it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more elaborate. And Papa Jim did say the other day, though, he said, I told him I wanted to use some of our fence panels. I want to take them down, move them, do something else. He says, I'm not going to do that. He says, those are staying. He goes, if I have to, I'll pay the money to get different things and we'll do something else, but those are staying. Oh my gosh, 90 degrees next week, Tim. Why not go to the shops with it attached and go shopping and record it? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. And maybe I'll get to the point where I do get a better phone and I get a gimbal or I don't know, I think maybe the GoPro might have a little bit of more of the stabilization like a gimbal will. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not fancy enough yet to get all the fancy stuff. Good morning, Gwen. Coffee in hand. Wonderful, wonderful. So the more I think about this chicken coop and the things I want to do, it's gone from just redoing the run to now I want to redo the chicken coop. I want to add several runs. I want to add a separate laying house. I want to add a separate dust bath house. I want to add a weird configuration and then extend my garden into it. It's just going nuts up in here, I'm telling you. But I have to have the time to do it. And with all of these weekends where it's just been cold and blustery and raining and snowing, I haven't been able to get out there and actually do anything. So, but today it's beautiful and my hair's still wet, so I won't go outside right now, but I thought I'd spend a little time with you guys this morning. And then I think I might be able to go out and actually start working on my garden. And what I need to do out there is I left everything from last year. I don't know if you guys remember last year, I got the garden flu and I just kind of gave up on my garden around September. I just kind of gave up on it. And I just thought it was the garden flu, but it was because I was sick. And, my A1C was 13.8 and I was like, get ready to go into like a diabetic coma. And I was just tired. And so I left the garden as it was. And so it's gone through the whole winter with all of these, dead plants everywhere. So I need to get out there, clean up all of my garden beds, put everything into the compost, amend my soil. I've got some great fertilizer that came in from Kelzyme that is sponsoring um, our podcast. So I'm going to do the soil and amend it and get it all ready. And I've got some seedlings in the window that are getting ready to go. Soon, this is all going to be back here. This is all going to be cracky. It's all going to be cracky plants growing back there. Well, thank you for the reminder, Tim, for everybody smash the thumb. I appreciate it. It's a quiet morning this morning. I got just a few of my closest friends in here. Thank you guys for joining me. But we're going to get the garden going. But boy, I really want to get that chicken coop going. I wanted a 2-run coop, garden in 1 run, chickens in the other, and then rotate them back and forth, but not going to happen because my garden is established and I've amended the soil. Oh my gosh, Gwen, the things I've got going in my head. I don't know if you guys remember that we shared when Papa Jim was here last, those big blue barrels that we found on the side of the road when it was a really, really windy day. I told Papa Jim, I said, we're going to cut one in half where the drain is accessible to me, and we're going to add pipes to it. It's all up in here. We're going to put it up on, I've got a very, very heavy duty pallet, very heavy pallet. And I want Papa Jim to put 4x4 post legs on it and build a ramp. And I want to make it a duck pond for the ducks. Because right now, since we've had to kind of rein everybody in because of predator issues, they can't get to their pond that they have out in the orchard, and they need to have that. So not only do they need that pond for their grooming issues and just because they're ducks and they need a pond, well, now they're swimming in their drinking water, which I hate. They make it so messy, it has to be cleaned out all the time. But I want to make this pond for them, and they can poop in it all they want, because where the drain is, I want Papa Jim to put a ball valve on it. It will drain down into some gardens for the chickens. It's all going in here. I want Papa Jim to build me the little gardens for the chickens that have the hardware cloth on top, and then we can sprinkle some seeds in there, and as it grows up through the mesh, then they can eat it, but they can't scratch it and destroy it. It'll keep them busy. So it's like pond, drainage into these little gardens. I want new runs. I want new nesting boxes. I bought stuff the other day to do some roll-away nesting boxes, so I'm kind of playing with that and just seeing if I can get the girls to do that, because I got one girl. I don't know which one it is, but she's destroying an egg every day. Somebody's pecking an egg every day. So, and she pecked me the other day. I told Papa Jim, I said, that hurt. He's got scars and cuts all over his hands. And I'm like, my chicken pecked me and it broke the skin. It hurt. He thinks I'm a baby. But I want it to be just a really nice, cohesive area where I expand my garden into where the chickens are, but the chickens can't get to the garden. Oh my gosh, the plans I've got in my head. Crazy, crazy. So we're also working on some different chicken feeder ideas. We made one this last week that I love. The chickens are loving it. I cannot wait to do a video for that. Oh my gosh. Am I suggesting a raised swimming pool for the ducks? Yes, it will be a raised swimming pool. And the way we'll have it, like I said, it'll be easy for me to drain. I can hose it out, and all of that will go into the chicken garden where it will grow their fodder that they can just pick at. And I got it all figured out. But I want to have a separate area where the turkeys and the ducks are, and they will have their own little world where they can still intermingle but not get to the chickens, because my ducks are brutal to my chickens. So I want them to have their own little space, and then I want the chickens to have their own little space with the guineas, but still be where they can still commingle through a fence. But we won't have any barnyard shenanigans going on because my ducks just keep picking on my chickens. My new coop is done. Just got to get the run built. The top is a huge chain link fence panel, so won't have to be working overhead, putting wire on top. That's what we're doing. We have 6 foot by 10 foot panels. And I told Papa Jim, I said, the way I want to do it is we'll just take those panels, put those on top so we won't have to worry about the predators. My ultimate goal, Gwen, is right now we have a huge run for them. Their coop is okay, and they have a huge run that we've enclosed to keep them from going out into the orchard because of predators. But we want to take this vacation that we're doing the piñata stuffing for. And I'm going to have to rely on my son and my grandson and my daughter-in-law to come over and put the chickens up every night. Well, if they forget, I don't want the chickens out in that big, huge run. I know they'll put themselves to bed, but then that door will be open and a raccoon can go in. And we've experienced that before, and it's horrible. I can't handle that kind of loss. But if they're in this really nice updated run with the chain link panels on top, that's going to help keep those predators at bay. And if they forget, or if they're late coming over, closing the door, I don't have to worry about the raccoons so much. So it's really something I'm trying. Yeah, ducks and chickens do not mix. They're brutal. I know people who think it's so cute. Duck love, no, it's brutal. And I mean, it was much easier when they were out in the whole orchard, but now that they're in this run, it's very difficult to keep them away from each other, and they don't have their own space. Before, the ducks used to just go hang out. They used to run the whole farm. The 3 ducks would just be one right after the other. My ducks were in a row. They were just running. They do their own thing. But now that they're in that more confined space, they're being really brutal with my chickens. And I mean, we've had a couple of collapsed vents, and I don't kill my animals. I don't cull them. We don't eat them. And so it's not their fault. They're doing what comes naturally to them, even though it's wrong. And so it's my responsibility now to find some way to separate them. And I haven't been able to do it as of yet because I don't have a warm place for them to go by themselves. I can't corner them by themselves and have them be warm enough. But now that the weather's starting to change, things are getting a little warmer, I can confine them to a closed pen and just put a dog crate in there and know that they'll be okay. Where before, when it's, 2 degrees outside, I can't just have them in a crate, even with the door open for them to go in and out. I just couldn't do it. Tom and Rhonda. Did Tom and Rhonda come in? Well, hello there at home with Tom and Rhonda. How are you guys doing this morning? You guys are getting close to the time you can start hanging out in the pool. That'll be fun. Welcome. And we're just talking about changes that we're going to be doing here on the farm now that the weather is starting to cooperate. See that sunshine instead of storms? We'll see how long that lasts. Gwen says these are 12-foot by 16-foot chain link panels with the frame given to you. Isn't that wonderful? Used to be lion cages at a rescue preserve. That's amazing. Oh, that will make a wonderful run. So much better than my 6-foot by 10-foot. You are very fortunate to have that. That is really, really neat. Male ducks can kill hens. Yeah. Fortunately, we haven't had any losses, but they're brutal. And that's one reason why in this run that we have right now, I haven't put a little kiddie pool out there. They usually have a little kiddie pool in addition to their pond. But I haven't done that because they'll get a chicken in there and they'll hold her down and then we'll have problems. So, but nothing, I don't eliminate here. So, but we've got foxes on the farm now. And so I've been really nervous. I hate that they've moved in. The traps are out, the live traps. But I mean, this is uncharted territory for us. They're too smart for live traps. And so far they've kind of been staying on the other side of the 5 acres. But it's only a matter of time before they try to breach security at that coop. So I really want to get the coop going. And here I'm going away to Tulips on Saturday. And so, but I told Papa Jim, he said, the boys have something planned for him the following Saturday. They've got some competition to go to. And I said, well, I guess I'm just going to start building that coop by myself. And he says, are you going to really? It's like, no. I do know how to work a skill saw. I do know how to work a drill. I do know how to measure. I know to measure twice and cut once. I do know how to do all these things, but I'll probably leave it to Papa Jim. I usually am the one that has the ideas and he does the work. Foxes are almost impossible. I know they are, Gwen. I know. I have to, I know. We've been talking to the locals and I know. I have to try. I have to give it an honest effort, humanely. Um, but I also just can't sit by and watch my flock decimated either. Or my little dogs. I've got little dogs. I can't let my little dog go outside and have the risk of an attack. So we'll see. We'll see. But I haven't been sleeping well. I haven't been sleeping well. And anytime the guineas alert me that there's something going on, I jump up and I run out there to see what's going on with the guineas. And, but I just, like I said, I've got this whole thing plotted out in my head for a new duck waterer so they won't swim in the water, a new duck pool that will serve as a dual purpose to water all of the little chicken gardens that I want to put in, a water catchment system for the other waterer. We built a new fun feeder this last week. And like I said, we're going to do a video on that. And then I have another feeder that we're going to be doing for when we're gone long term. So in case my son forgets a day, which I know he won't, but in case he does, we'll have this additional feeder. And it's just like, I want to rethink our coop. Our coop has been up for 8 years and I need to change some things. My nesting box is too high, so they like to roost on the runners for the nesting box. That's a mess. I need to have a better way to clean out my nesting boxes so the brain is just spinning there. I actually I went out of town last Friday to have lunch with a friend who I haven't seen in over 11 years. And after lunch, I went to the hardware store and I'm running through the hardware store and I'm collecting these little odd things for these weird plans that I have. And it's funny because I would walk up to different departments and say, this is what I'm thinking and this is what I need. And they just look at me like I've absolutely lost my mind. And it's like, just work with me here and this is how it's all going to come together. And then they're like, oh, that does sound interesting. So between the plumbing department, the paint department, and the carpeting department, I'm like running all these things by people and they're like, yeah, you're kind of nuts. It's like, yeah, but it's all going to come together. It's going to be beautiful. I just have to get it done. Oh, our neighbor had 40 laying hens, let them free range in a week's time down to 7. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Papa Jim's been seeing foxes in the early mornings, but they were out the other day in the broad daylight, just kind of sitting around like they own the place. And so I haven't been sleeping well. And so I really want to tighten up the security. I love it. I love it that my chickens have had the opportunity in the past to just roam the entire orchard, which is an acre. They do hop the fence and they come around to the front of the house and they walk by the front door and they look in and I'm like, come on in, ladies. And they don't, but they think about it. And, they just run around in the front yard. And I just love that. But I can't do that right now because they would just be free pickings. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Welcome in. We've already said happy birthday to Tim. Tiny Tim Posey's in the house, and it's his birthday today. So we played some tulips from Pella, Iowa. We played a little bit of tulip footage for him for his birthday. And we're just talking about, Lisa, I'm telling you, my brain just going for all these changes I want to make in the coop with these things that we have found along the highway and along the gravel roads when it's so windy and everybody's stuff blows out into the roads. These things that we found, I'm coming up with all of these different plans for things that I want to do. And Papa Jim has already said he's going to invest some money into really making us a better coop out there. And so he comes home yesterday. He came home from work. He goes, how was your day? And it's like, I'm still in my pajamas. My hair hasn't even been combed out. Because I said, it was good. It was good. He goes, what you do all day? I watched YouTube all day long and watched people's coop builds. And I took an idea from this one and I took an idea from this one. And, I like the idea on that one. And I know what doesn't work from this one. And I will plot out my new chicken area. And then I'll see another one's like, scratch all that, start over because now I like this. It's just crazy. I've been doing all kinds of funny thinking. So, but that's about it. I mean, and now that it's nice, we're going to be doing a spring cleaning on the summer kitchen, getting the summer kitchen all squared away for all of our summer things. I can't wait to be out in the summer kitchen. I've missed it so much, but it's just been so cold. I'm just waiting for lovely weather. Like I said, when I woke up this morning, though, it was 33 degrees, and it's not as sunshiny as it was when we started our live. So I don't know if I'll get anything done, but eventually I will. Eventually I will. So sneak peek of our block this week for our crochet along. Look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? They look like little beehives. Look, don't those look like little tiny little beehives? These little thingies right here. Little beehives. We're going to do little beehive for our crochet. I'm editing the videos right now. They'll come out tomorrow. We'll do a premiere for the right-handed crochet video in honor of Tiny Tim Posey today. Once I do my hair this morning, I will be doing a Tangles and Yarn, Mama's Tangles and Yarns episode, and it will be Star Wars May the 4th be with you themed. So I'll be doing that, and that's for Tiny Tim's birthday. And so hopefully I'll be able to get that uploaded by Friday if I can record it later today. Skeps. What are skeps? Gwen, what are skeps? So Tim, I want to know. Put in the chat, what are your plans for your birthday today? Are you going to get, is it going to be nice enough you're going to get to go out for a ride? What are your plans? Do you have any friends that are going to be doing anything with you for the day? Gwen, did you mean I need to do things in steps? Is that what you meant? Steps or skeps? And I don't understand what skeps are. Let me know. Let me know. Oh my gosh, I'm wearing a Christmas shirt. How inappropriate is that? You know, I was I was on the phone with my friend earlier, and I said, you know, this Saturday is like Naked Gardening Day. And I said, in honor of Naked Gardening Day, I don't even know if I'll get dressed for my live today. I was still in a towel, and I was like, no, I better. Oh, steps are the beehive you see in the pictures, made like an upside down basket, a skep. So the beehive is called a skep. Is that what you're saying? These little things then that look like little beehives, they're skeps? These where they stagger, is that what you're saying? Because I think that's so pretty. Because the week before we did this little pattern, and to me they look like little horizontal honeycombs. I kind of renamed this a honeycomb, and then I thought how appropriate that after the honeycombs we did this one and they look like little beehives. So I'm trying to keep everything farm related. I'm going to rename all these squares into little farm squares. And then for those of you who didn't see before, then we have this one, and they look like little cabbages. Like if you're looking down from an airplane into somebody's garden, they look like little cabbages growing in rows. I thought they were so cute. So I'm renaming everything in our crochet videos. But I'm having a lot of fun with that. I know Gwen is working on hers. I know Lisa's had quite the busy few weeks, so I don't know if she's been able to do any of her squares lately for her Afghan. We've got this one that has these little arrows, and I'm renaming that This Way to the Farmer's Market. That's what I'm going to call it. This Way, Farmer's Market. They're all going to have little farm names. Yes, those type of hives are called skeps. They are illegal to have now. But what if a beehive like builds it themselves that way? Because that's what made me think of it, are the ones like you see in trees that the bees actually make themselves. I am watch my dad today, 93 with dementia, just chilling and waiting on FedEx to bring one of my happy birthday items to me. Yay. Tiny Tim, when the FedEx man shows up, make sure that you're not wearing your birthday crown. Where is my birthday crown? Papa Jim grabbed my birthday crown for me the other day, and I put it on my head, and it just went, it fell off. I was wearing it for a little while. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I found it. Ta-da! They don't build them themselves. So like in the movie, like My Girl, where there's that big beehive and he messes with it, that's not something that bees make. I'm honestly asking because I thought bees made these big beehives out in the wild. And I thought they were just kind of like a naturally made beehive. Hello, Inca. Welcome in. Queen status girl. This is for Tiny Tim's birthday. It's his birthday today. So all honeybees make is the wax comb. Interesting. I thought they actually made those big, hangy, funny beehives. So I know that they will make a hive inside of a tree, but I always thought they made these big, funny beehives. But anyways, well, we're just going to pretend that we know what we're talking about as far as our crochet ones, and I'm going to call them beehives, and we're not going to care about the legalities of whether they're legal to have anymore or not, because these are crocheted. I'm going to enjoy it. But anyways, keeping bees is something my brother loves to do, something I've considered here. And I believe my brother tried some bees out at my sister's farm, which is about a mile away, and they didn't make it. They didn't make it because they didn't have a path south. There's something about the bees needing a south. They have to go that way and then go out. I don't know. All I know is all of her farmland around her is not organic, and all of the bees died because of hornets make the hanky. Well, I'm not going to call them hornets' nests. I'm just going to call them beehives. We're just going to call them beehives because I think they're cute. But like, for instance, we've got the cabbages, we've got this way to the farmer's market, we have the honeycomb pattern, we have the beehive pattern, and then we have just this little simple little double crochet pattern. But it looks like Grandma's picket fence. So I'm going to call this one picket fence, Grandma's picket fence. I've got all kinds of stuff I'm coming up with for our little patterns. Paper, wasps, and hornets. Well, I've been stung by a hornet. I don't like it. I won't be naming them those funny things. But anyways, I'm having fun with it. But you guys, thank you for coming in today. I'm so glad everybody's here to have coffee with me this morning. Say hello. We're all wishing Tim happy birthday. I was thinking about it all week. Don't forget to wish him happy birthday. I can't remember anybody else's birthday because I just can't remember birthdays. But May the 4th, I can remember that. And like I said, I'm going to, I've got my lightsaber right here. Wow, wow. I got my lightsaber for Tiny Tim's birthday. And it lights up. Look. Doo-doo. I'm going to do a video for that later. Anyways, what I was saying earlier that I got distracted before I break that. I'm going to take that down. This belonged to my mama, by the way. We used to put this on my mama when it was her birthday, and I kept it. And sometimes my little granddaughter will come over and she'll say, "Grandma, can I have that?" It's like, no, it's my precious. So I'll be putting this back in my cabinet. I've got my mom is actually sitting right here. She's in my cabinet right there, and so I'll put her little crown back with her now that I've had my fun with it. But so Papa Jim got us an incubator so we can incubate our own eggs. And again, that was an inspiration from Lisa because I stayed up till 3:20 in the morning watching her baby turkeys hatch. And it's funny because Papa Jim didn't say anything to me. I was just like this, watching. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry. He goes, "What kind of incubator is that?" And it's like, "I don't know." Sure enough, he looks it up. He buys one for us. It shows up. I actually have an unboxing video that's not staged, but kind of staged because I started to open it. It's like, oh, got to do an unboxing video for this because I was so excited. Thank you. I am going to email you something for your tangles and yarns. Ooh, Tim, fun. Anyways, I do have. I'm not going to put anything in the incubator yet. Man, I'm so conflicted though. I'm so conflicted. Do I need more turkeys? I've discussed this with Lisa. Lisa and I had this big long therapy session in a private message one day. She's like, it's so exciting that you got your incubator. It's like, I know, but this and but that, and I have reservations because of this. And once I went through all of this, she's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that an incubator would cause you so much stress. And so when we were all done, I was like, okay, the check's in the mail for the therapy session. Thank you for listening. But, do I need more guineas? Not really. They're not providing me a lot of eggs. And they're very elusive about where they lay their eggs. I know that the pig gets to them before I get to them because the pig lives in there with them, which is a whole nother consideration for their coop design. But now I'm thinking I probably really do need to have a really healthy flock of guineas because they are such great alarms. They really do alert me when there's something going on. And I would like to make sure I have a good healthy flock of them. Do I need more ducks? Not going to happen. So I'm not going to worry about doing duck eggs. Do I need more turkeys? I've got 5. I have 3 toms, 2 hens. I'm getting an egg every so often. And I thought I should probably put a couple of eggs in and get some poults. Keep my turkey population healthy. I enjoy watching them. I enjoy listening to them talk to me when I go out and say their name and they'll gobble at me. And but I really don't need any more turkeys. And then I thought, what if one of those foxes come over and before I know it, my females are wiped out and then I can't do turkeys. And then they have to rationalize, don't add to the fox's dinner menu. And also I don't have a place to put poults right now. So don't do that. And the same with the chickens. It's like, I don't have a place. I don't have a brooding pen yet. And I don't know that I want a whole bunch of baby chicks in my bathtub again. So I need to get all of this done. But I do have a plan for an incubator video. I will be doing that soon. And I'll be taking care of that. You're driving, drive safe. Inca, drive safe. So you guys, you see that Nightbot's popping up every once in a while, really trying to help Bland's Promised Land Ranch get to 1,000 subscribers. They're really close. If you haven't subscribed yet, head on over to the channel, check them out. If you like their content, comment on a couple of videos and give them some thumbs up and subscribe to them. I think that they would really like that and appreciate that. And we want to get them to 1,000. So I don't know that I have much of anything else really to talk about this morning. Now look at how much the sun has gone away behind me. My goodness. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. I will be looking into that as soon as we're done here. But guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. This is shorter than usual. My brain is on getting outside. I don't even know if it's warm enough for me to go outside, but I do need to get my hair done. I'm going to look and see what Tiny Tim sent me for May the 4th. And maybe I will be able to get 2 videos shot today if I can do something with my hair. My incubator video and I just said it. Oh, May the 4th. Also, for those of you listening, I do have a collaboration out right now. Take a look at it. Might be my last collaboration I ever put out. I put out what I thought was a fun collab a few months ago. No bites, no takers. I didn't get anybody doing it. And I thought it was fun. And it was a short one. I mean, I think my video was only like 30 seconds or 45 seconds long. Nobody did it. And then I put out a video collaboration for something I think is really important. This collaboration I put out this last week, I thought was very important. And no takers. So I might not do collaborations anymore. I don't know. We're supposed to be up to 95 this week, Gwen says. Even on Saturday when we have no chance of rain and we're going to go to the Tulip Festival, it's not even going to reach 70 degrees. It's going to be below 70. So we're going to have to dress appropriately and hopefully we'll at least have some sunshine because the tulips are so beautiful in the sunshine. But I'm really looking forward to, they have a windmill that is the largest working windmill for milling grain in the United States. It's the largest working one. So we're going to go tour that. We're going to go tour Wyatt Earp's childhood home. We're going to hopefully be able to tour some workshops where they make the wooden shoes by hand. Just a lot of neat, fun things. I think we're going to go get some some Dutch letters. Dutch letters are a really delicious pastry. I'm only going to allow myself to have one, but they have some really delicious almond paste filling in them. They're so good. And so just little things like that. Is it like a Dutch windmill? Yes, it is. It is a very large, the whole town is Dutch. Um, and the settlers came in the 1800s and settled this little community. And so they have a very, very strong Dutch heritage. And so the windmill is Dutch. It was brought over, the top part was brought over from the Netherlands. It is reported to be the largest working Dutch mill in the United States. So it'll be really, really neat to see that. I want to do your collab. I'm just playing catch up with other collabs. I was part of first. I get you. I hear you, Lisa. Thank you. I need Princess Leia hair. I know I should probably, I have, I don't know if I have time to do it. I have a headband and I was going to crochet like little Princess Leia little muffs to put on the side of my head. I don't know if I have time to do that. You've always wanted to see a Dutch windmill. Gwen, I'm actually going to pop for the tickets this year. We haven't done it in the past, but we're going to pop for the tickets this year to actually go in the windmill, get the tour, learn about how it works. It will actually be hopefully rotating, and sometimes they will show a demonstration of them actually milling the wheat. And what's really neat is they do mill the wheat to make the flour that the Dutch pastries are made with during this time. So it's it all comes together. It's really a neat thing. So I'm going to hopefully be able to get some great footage and do a video blog on that. The thing is, here's the thing before I go. We are taking Colonel Mustard with us. This is going to be an official Team Weenie Watchers adventure. So if anybody would like to have an adventure pass for this, if you'd like to purchase an adventure pass, let me know. Usually I have it right down here. I'm going to put my, let's see. There we go. In the comments, I just put my PayPal. Make sure it says Thompson Farms when you open it up. And if anybody would like to get an adventure pass for the Pella adventure, it's $5. Just send it through PayPal. Try to send it if you can. It's very helpful if you send it as a friend or family, just sending money to friend or family as opposed to getting a service. And then what that gets you is I will do a shout out in the video for your channel. And then I'll do a shout out while we're doing the premiere for the video. And also you'll get a postcard from that location signed by myself, Papa Jim, and signed by Colonel Mustard because he has his own signature stamp. And so it's just kind of a Team Weenie Watchers thing. And so it's an adventure passport. So if you'd like an adventure passport for the Tulip Festival this year, just go ahead and no PayPal link. No, that's just if you go to PayPal and you want to send some money to somebody, just look up crochetmyheart@gmail.com. That's my thing. That's not an actual link. That's just where you look it up to find me. And it's Thompson Farms. I don't know how to do what you're asking for right now. And usually all I've done before is I usually have a little banner that runs across and just tells you go to PayPal and look up crochetmyheart@gmail.com. That should be to my link. Double check on my phone. Which is going to take me forever, huh? I'll show you what the picture should look like. It says it's a Vermeer windmill. All I've ever heard with that name is Vermeer hay balers and equipment. Vermeer is very big in this area where we're going. Vermeer is a big name. They do a lot of benefactor things in that area. Okay. Is it going to bring my picture up? No. Anyways, it's at Thompson Farms. Won't let me do it. There we go. See that picture of my farm? Oh my God, what a mess. Anyways, there it is. Thompson Farms. It'll have a picture of the barn with the horses and stuff. That's what it is. I have not double checked my stats, but I know that last year when we went, the town planted over 150,000 tulips around the town there. And that is not including what the residents who live there plant in their front yards. Everybody has tulips. There's tulips everywhere. And I didn't know until we went the first year how many variety of tulips there are. I mean, you think of tulips, you just think of like a red tulip or a pink tulip or a yellow tulip. There are so many different varieties of tulips. They're just absolutely gorgeous. They're just everywhere. And so I don't know how many they've planted this year. I imagine it's got to be close to 200,000 this year. They have a little man-made pond that is in the shape of a wooden shoe, and there's tulips all around it. And I really love going there. So I'm excited to bring you guys along. We're going to do the travel vlog for that. And like I said, if anybody would like to purchase an adventure pass, again, you get the shout out, you get the postcard, all kinds of fun stuff like that, and $5. That's all it is. And by the time we buy the postcard and send the postcard, and then we just have a little bit to help with gas. So it's not a lot. There are other channels that are doing something similar. It's $35. $5. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if you'd like to be part of that adventure, make sure you contact me through PayPal. If you can't reach me through PayPal, private message me. We'll set it up and get things going so we can get you guys an adventure pass. And like I said, we'll be taking our wiener dog with us, our little Colonel Mustard. Will he be doing some traditional dances in the streets with some of the Dutch dancers? Maybe. In my head, I've already plotted. There's this really nice little place that we'd like to go eat when we go there. And it's got this it's above the street level. So it's like one layer up. And they've got this little outside banister where you sit out and eat. And it's almost like being out at like New Orleans where everybody stands and watches everybody. So it's like that. They have all these little tables out there. I want to make sure I can get there just in time to be seated and have lunch and then enjoy coffee when they do the street washing ceremony every day at a certain time. Hundreds of residents of this community all come out to the streets. The streets are cleared. They all come out to the streets in their Danish garb, traditional, authentic Danish garb, with buckets of water and brooms, like push brooms, and they wash the streets. And it's a tradition. And so I just want to I have to plot when I can get there, make sure I get a table, have lunch, and then stay there and sip on coffee as long as I can and actually get a really good video of the street washing ceremony because it's really, really cool. Wish I had a drone. That would be even better. I wonder if the tulips would grow here. I haven't ever seen any. They should, because you plant them in the fall. You plant them in the fall, and then they have to go through that process of being cold through the winter, and then they come up in the spring. So where I am, we've had winters that are -50 below with the wind chill, and my tulips still come up every year. So it's something that you consider. If you'd like to, you can contact, I believe it's the Pella Historical Society. They have a women's group. And this is really neat too, guys. If you guys want to participate in this, I don't know if I'll be able to do it this year. I want to. I've never done it, but I really should. Every year after Tulip Festival is done and after the tulips have died off, they dig all the tulips up. All of them. They dig them all up. They preserve the bulbs and then they sell them at the next year's festival so you can take home tulips from the Tulip Festival. And so they dig them up, and while those are being prepared for sale for the next year, they have all new bulbs that go in September, October for the next year. So that's a lot of work. This town puts a lot of work into just establishing this tradition and keeping it going. I also told Papa Jim I wanted to have tea at the little tea house. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do everything. So I think I'm going to opt for the windmill as opposed to doing the tea. If I can do both, I will. But when you go to the tea, it is actually in the first home. The man who settled this area, it's in his home that he built for his wife. And they have a little tea room set up. And it's all done in like Dutch blue and white plates and dishes and all of the little desserts and teas. And I don't know. All of the ladies are dressed authentically, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that and everything else that I want to do. I don't know, but I'm going to try to squeeze in as much as we can throughout the day. I'm going to try to have all of the wrinkles ironed out so I can bring to you as much of the experience as I can in a video, just like what we did with the Kite Festival when we went to the Kite Festival out on the frozen lake up at Clear Lake. We also have more Team Weenie Watcher adventures coming up, because as soon as the weather is nice and we can do it and things aren't soppy from all of the rain, we are going to go up and we're going to tour the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa. The Surf Ballroom is where Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper last performed before their tragic plane crash. And we're going to have lunch at the airport, as long as the restaurant is still open that I've been making plans to go to. And then we're going to go out to the crash site, to the memorial for those three singers. And that will be a Team Weenie Watcher adventure. We'll do a whole video on it. We'll do a shout out if you buy an adventure pass for that. And then you'll get a postcard from Clear Lake highlighting the Surf Ballroom and that last concert. So I think that's kind of cool. Live vicariously through me. You love black tulips. Ooh, nice. Lisa, when we go, I'll see if I can find black tulips and I will see if I can put them in the video. Having said that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something. And you guys can decide if you want to stick with it or not. Let me see what I'm doing here. I'm going to pull something up. At Michael's, you could probably hear it. I'm going to try to get through the commercials. No matter what or why you make, and let me go back to my StreamYard now. I'm kind of going back and forth between things here so I can make sure I set this up for you guys appropriately. Oops. Okay. Hopefully I won't get in trouble for this because they haven't dinged me before, but I put this up before I was monetized. I'm going to close out the show with the second video that I put together last year for the Tulip Festival. You can stick around and watch just a few minutes of the tulips if you'd like. But this is how I'm going to say goodbye to everybody today. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to pull this up and add it to the stream and enjoy the flowers. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to push play and you can just decide if you'd like to watch this on the way out. It's a very short video. It's only 3 minutes long. When you say, well, you'll be true, I say, oh, dance. Tell I love you. Oh, you already I'm too. Oh, I danced with those girls. I was in the street dancing. There's the windmill. You guys feel like dancing a polka? I'm wiggling in my chair. So when you say how are you, I say okie dokie. When you say well you'll be true, I say okie dokie. Can't you see I love you, okie dokie. You already I'm too, okie dokie. Do the okie dokie polka, the okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka, no, we don't all night long. I'm going to bring the other video up and play it in full on the way out, just so you guys can enjoy it, and I will see everybody next week. But another video coming up. So when you say, how are you? I say, okie dokie. When you say, well, you'll be true, I say, okie dokie. Can't you tell I love you? Okie dokie. You already I'm too. Okie dokie. Do the okie dokie polka. The okie dokie polka. Look at this. You can slide your foot down. Stream 85 plus channels and save up to $500 a year with YouTube TV. Try it free. You're going to be able to get past the commercials. All right, guys. Really? Now I'm going to have internet issues? Well, hopefully the tulips will come back on. If not, you guys have a great day. Stick around if you'd like. I'll leave it playing in case they do come back on, and if not, I'll close out if I need to. So, all right, friends. I'm going to pause it.